turn it on. Turn it off again. Seems slightly different to when I last did it. More like a motor. It probably does need a clean, if that's what you would advise. And then I'll just try plugging it in and seeing what the output's like. So that's a tune guitar, but see all of the sound is lovely, but this whirring, which does seem like the fan, never seemed like the fan before. So I don't know if you might advise unscrewing these and perhaps cleaning it. Don't know.
The tram lines there, you had no choice but second title this year, having won in Dallas. The club, which has done a great job of hosting once again 9,000 people on this court, the first multi-sports complex in the world, established in
I knew
It's not.
it won't. But this is one frame, so this doesn't come out, does it? You can't
No.
take this off.
You've got it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, so my amp was buzzing a lot. We've figured it out to be the fan. I just dismantled it, and that's the old fan, and ordered a new fan. And I've also ordered some wire connectors. So I was going to do it just with tape, but these wire connectors, I think the wires stick in both sides. And yeah, apparently tape isn't as safe as I initially thought, having not done any electrical work really before. So tape will overheat or might cause a short. So I don't want that. So I'm just going to use the wire connector and put it back together with the new fan and see if it works. Okay, so the wire connector looks pretty straightforward. You just sort of put the wire in. So I've just sort of cut the end off and end of the plastic, and you just stick it in, and then it holds pretty securely. So let's put both ends in like so. So if I give it a tug, that's pretty solid, which is good. So the fan already came with a kind of a connector bit, but I don't need that. So I will cut that as well. Let's cut that with this. So there's probably a bit too much wire, to be fair, but there we go. And then split that. There we go. So we've got this wire there, and I'm actually leaning my phone against something to prop that. Okay, so yeah, I've got the fan, and I'm actually using these, which are for pet claws, but they seem to do the job just about. So kind of make a little cut around the edge, and that seems to be a pretty good tool to do that. I don't know if you can see. Okay, I've reverted to scissors just because I feel like I can get a better cut, and I've just cut and then, like before, just split. So I don't want too much sticking out, so a little kind of cut of the groove, and then there we go. Okay, a little cut there. Just want plastic coating. Perfect. So you just want the plastic coating and a little bit sort of sticking out, and then we'll go again to into the live. And let me just check. Ah, there we go. Yeah. As it probably wasn't too long, I probably wasn't pressing it down. So into live, into neutral. Okay, and that is now the fan connected. Okay, so I've just re-screwed the minimum bits in. I've kind of put this back on, so you can see I've connected a new fan, and yeah, the screws to the new fan don't really attach it. So at the moment it's just a test, and then I'll see if I can test it. But I've plugged it in, so now's the moment of truth. Let's see if it works. That's lovely. Wow. Can't believe that did actually work. And by the look of it, the wire connectors are completely safe. So I've not connected everything to do with the speaker yet, but looks promising. So see if I can put it together again. Okay, so I've actually just used a bit of tape to tape it in, and it seems, to be honest, as secure as it was with the screws. Still works. Okay, right, let's put it back together. So this was for the speaker, so in fact I can probably put that in now. That's so much better. It's still a bit of a hum, it is an old amp, but I just want to see if it works. Okay, and these big screws, I think, go in the top to secure this in place. I've given it a bit of a clean. I've not done massive things with the knobs, or pots I think they're called, but they seemed to be okay. So we shall see. So I'm not going to screw everything back in before I do a test with the guitar, just because it takes a long time, but I will screw a few of the main screws back in, and obviously connect it so this Marshall amp has a sort of a loudspeaker. So this head, as it were, was buzzing aside from the speaker, so I could probably use it without even plugging the speaker in, just take the head. So some bigger Marshalls have a separate sort of stack. Let's just turn it around so you can see a little bit better. So now it looks more like the amp it was supposed to look like. So that looks like it hasn't come quite fully up. So let's just see if that's okay. So that is a little bit of a screw. Okay, so yeah, some of the screws were misaligned. You kind of push this right up to the front, and then it should screw, yeah, just to, and it's really good, yeah, understanding the amp. So just sort of taking it apart, and I had sort of resigned this to being a dead amp. Obviously I'm not an electrician, I wouldn't advise people do this unless you're confident and know what you're doing. I did look at lots of YouTubes. My neighbour's sort of electrician, he was saying when things were maybe unsafe. I also used a trip, sort of just when I'm doing the work, and let's see if it works again now. I will use plug that in. Where'd it go? Ta-da. Okay, so let's see. All the channels seem, yeah, it's like a nice fan, and you can see sort of it's got a little air vent. That's where the fan is doing its job, and it was sort of dusty, so giving it a clean was a good thing. But this old fan was definitely doing a lot of crackling, and yeah, that was the part that needed replacing. So it's quite an old amp. I don't know if it's 20 years maybe, but yeah, certainly something in that region. Okay, so the moment of truth with the amp. So I've just sort of replaced the fan, and I'm just about to plug a guitar into it to see if it still works. Let's see if I can get it so you can see. Okay, so let's just plug it in. Turn it on. Okay, that's pretty loud. So, all sounding pretty good on the clean channel. Reverb channel's fine, and let's try the distortion channel. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so there is still a bit of a buzz. Whoa, that's so loud. Maybe. No, I think that's. I mean, it is a distortion channel, so if you're turning it, wow, that's just so. So loud, but it's a lovely amp. And let's have a closer inspect. So this is with the guitar in, and the sound is so that's not from the speaker, that actually is the new fan sound. Yeah, I reckon that's a mild hum. I would expect that on any amp. Still a noise, but usable again, which is really, really good. So I've saved an amp for, where am I looking? Saved an amp for I don't know, something like £5 for that little fan, and the connector maybe £1 or £2, something like that. But I got lots of connectors which I can use another time if I do anything else electrical. I'm not sure that I will, but so yeah, saving this amp for less than a tenner was a really good thing. See you soon. Bye bye.